Well, we've been joined by Evans Nimako. He's Director of Elections at the NPP. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for joining the program. How are things now as you prepare for that big event on Saturday?
Good morning. I hope you are doing well.
Yes, I am. Thanks for asking.
Thank you for coming through.
I'm asking, how far are you with the preparations for the event on Saturday?
Oh, wow. Thank you. Let's say good morning to your listeners. For now, the new Patriotic Party is set to conduct a very successful national annual delegate conference, which will also elect our national officers. This will cap the party's internal arrangement of electing officers to man the affairs of the party for the next 4 years ahead of us. Almost 4 years ago in Koforidua, the party elected the current executives whose tenure has come to an end. And so we are looking to organizing same national annual delegate conference convened by the national chairman, Honorable Freddie Blaine. The party is bringing together all national council members, all foundation members, all constituency executives across the 275, all regional executives who are delegates to the conference, our members of parliament, 137 of them, our MMDCs, municipal metropolitan district chief executives, 261 of them. We are also bringing external branch members of the party, 27 branches. They are all bringing 12 delegates each. So the party on Saturday will be bringing together delegates numbering almost 6,500 to go through the annual rituals of assessing the party's performance over the years, looking at the party's financial status, and then also go into the conduct of the elections. And per the Political Party Act, elections of parties from the constituency, regional and national level are supposed to be supervised and conducted by the Electoral Commission. The party has done the discussion with the Electoral Commission, and this will be done as such. We've also been in touch with the Ghana Police Service, looking at the numbers we are bringing together. A call for security arrangement to be made, and that has been done. And so we are looking forward to organize a very successful annual delegate conference, and when we've elected our national officers, they will steer the affairs of the party for the next years ahead of us, and also to come out with an arrangement that will keep the party in government come December 7, 2024.
Senator Mako, so on Thursday, July 7, we saw some guidelines and rules that were released by the party. And key amongst them has to do with the immediate removal of billboards and other paraphernalia which were scattered across cities in this country. You sent out a task force to ensure that the contestants comply with this directive. Has that been done? Have you fully ensured that this particular rule has been complied with?
Well, the party elections committee chaired by Mr. Peter McNeno and the National Planning Committee chaired by Mr. Sesha Bankoyeboa met with the candidates, and the discussions were agreed upon. In fact, at the party's National Council meeting, the party's National Council is the highest decision-making body apart from the National Conference, gave out the rules that in organizing election of such nature, the law allows that it must be done in semblance with the elections conducted at national level. And so it is the reason why the party is coming out with these rules and regulations. And I'm happy that the candidates are complying, and the task force are also working assiduously to ensure that the directives given are complied. And so I'll say that for now, we are happy with the conduct of the candidates. We are also looking forward that they will hold on to the rules of engagement. They will comply as such. Delegates will do same organizers of conference will ensure that all rules are applied accordingly. And so, yes, we are ensuring that we conduct a very seamless national annual delegate conference. Part of the elections will be conducted in line with the elections that would have been conducted generally by the Electoral Commission. And so we are ensuring that as you directed and directed by the National Council, it is implemented to the letter and respected as well.
In fact, the removal of billboards and other advertising in public places is the first point. It's a 9-point statement that we've seen. And the third one I will mention is no mobilization of supporters of candidates to the conference. And 4, no display of paraphernalia of candidates within the venue and its environs. On the issue of no mobilization of supporters, how are you going to ensure that this is complied with? Considering what happened during your regional delegates conference, we heard of some people going, openly saying that they had paid some delegates or they had spent huge amounts of monies trying to either retain their positions or win the positions they were vying for. On the particular point 3, how are you going to ensure that that doesn't happen? People do not bus their supporters to the venue.
Well, the elections committee and the planning committee has had a lot of participatory consultation with and discussion of candidates. As you said, supporters will be mobilized, definitely by candidates. And for the story you gave, those were the elections at the regional level. We are doing national annual delegate conference, and it is being organized by a committee put together by the National Council with the powers to ensure that rules are complied.
So how are they going to ensure that? That's what I'm asking.
So I mentioned to you that we've had discussions with the candidates, we've had discussions with the Ghana Police Services, and we know that as has been given by the National Party, National Council, our candidates will comply.
So, Mr. Nimaku, if I get you, you're just relying on compliance by the candidates, but there is no real measure to ensure that that doesn't happen.
The discussions that have gone on gives me enough assurance that these directives will be complied with by all stakeholders. And I'm saying that when you are talking of supporters who will be mobilized to conference grounds, it will be mobilized by candidates. And candidates have agreed and have accepted that they will comply with the directives of the National Council. And two, I mentioned to you that we are bringing together huge numbers and the police is hugely involved. And we are also ensuring that the platform is stated fairly for all aspirants. And so at the point where there has been agreement, where the agreement is to the sense of compliance, I beg to differ whether anybody wants to do anything and so on.
So like I said, you're just trusting the words of the candidates that they will comply with the directive. Let's move on to the example I cited for the regional elections. Just help us understand if anything has been done in that regard, any decision, has any investigation started, because it was scattered all over news portals. And I can give you some of the headlines. Ghana Web, for example, Wuntumi spent over 1 trillion cedis to win the regional election, aid alleges. My Joy Online, NPP regional executive elections, all candidates in Ashanti paid delegates. And this is according to a pollster at the Kumasi Technical University. Has any action been initiated as a result of these actions that the party considers improper action to pay delegates?
Well, there's a law on elections, and an issue of cheating is considered. And so our discussions with candidates, this issue has come up. But I am not going to discuss issues of allegations. I think the special prosecutor has been interested in some of these things. And whoever has enough evidence has the right to...
So the party has not kick-started any internal processes to verify these claims?
Madam, we cannot go goose chasing. I'm saying that at the end of every internal elections in our party, in the New Patriotic Party, reviews are done. Elections committee was put together to conduct elections. Reports will be submitted. We are conducting elections at the national level. When we are done and we've gone through the process and there has been enough compliance, I wouldn't want to waste other resources to go chasing issues that I'll have difficulty getting evidence. Unless you tell me that there's Mr. A who says he has evidence of Madam B giving out or inducing people to vote in a certain direction. I mean, that could be a discussion for another time.
Okay.
In our preparation towards our national conference, which will also elect our national officers, we've had extensive discussions with candidates. We've involved the police, we've involved the electoral commission, and we are going to ensure that the rules of engagement, the rules for conducting of elections of this nature are applied to the latter.
So on 11th of June, the General Secretary of your party announced that vote buying was an issue and that it was going to be investigated. And that's why I was asking if there have been any processes initiated after he made that statement. And if investigations have happened, how far advanced are they?
Thank you, Madam, but I'm not aware of such investigation.
Right. So tell us, on the big day, which is Saturday, what will the nature of the elections be? We know that there's you're following a certain electoral college system. How will the day pan out? What is the program lineup?
Okay, so a little program on event by event, itemized on conference day program will be discussed by the Director of Communication.
Okay.
But just to let you know, the party, in terms of the election, has created 20 voting centers discussion with the Electoral Commission for the main 5 positions, i.e., the National Chairperson position, the Vice Chairperson position, the General Secretary position, National Treasurer position, and National Organizer position. These are the main 5 positions. The others are 3 wings: the Youth Organizer, Women's Organizer, and NASA. So the main 5 positions, we have delegate size of 6,140. And these are divided into 20 voting centers. And so, for instance, Ashanti region, that has a delegate number of 816, will have 3 voting centers. Ahafo and Bono regions will have 1 voting center because they have voter population of 340. Bono East and Northeast will be voting at the same voting center with delegate number 323. Central region will have 1 voting center. Eastern region will have 2 voting centers. Greater Accra will have 2 voting centers. Northern region will vote at its own voting center, same as Western region. Western North and Uti has a total number of 340 delegates. They will vote at 1 voting center. Upper West and Savannah will also vote at 1 voting center.
Sorry, when you say
Upper
1
East,
voting center, do you mean centers at the venue or in the particular regions?
Centers at the venue.
Okay.
So that in the spirit of ensuring that the elections is conducted with a bit of speed, with smoothness, with efficiency and accuracy and all that, we don't want delegates or voters to be stuck to polling stations being a queue. So the numbers have been reduced minimally to ensure that they are able to vote in good time counting, post-voting arrangement will be done in good time. Declaration will also be done in good time as well.
Would this take the nature of the national elections? Will they have to show a card? Will they have to be cross-checked in a certain register or verified with a biometric system before they go to cast their vote?
Delegates are defined and all will be checked as such. Register has been provided. Candidates have been given copies of the register. Electoral Commission, who will conduct the elections, has been given the register to go through and check. Members or delegates will be checked via their Ghana card, voter ID, as well as the party ID card issued to them. And so these are levels at which delegates will be checked and screened before they go into the voting arena.
Thank you for your time here, Mr. Namaku. We'll stay in touch with you, even as we look forward to Saturday's event. Evans Namaku is Director of Elections at the New Patriotic Party. You may be aware that this weekend, on Saturday to be precise, the governing party will be organizing its national delegates conference, annual delegates conference, and this is a big one because it plays into the party's plan to break the 8 come elections 2024. We will keep our eyes on that particular election. This is your election headquarters. Stay with us for updates on everything related to the NPP's annual delegates conference.